Hey guys, it's freezing outside, but we are tie-dyeing today. So I'm going to take you through the whole process, and this will kind of be a DIY. The items, except for maybe one, are going to be for sale in my Poshmark store. So I hope they come out awesome, or else this was a waste of time. But it's going to be fun. So this is my laundry room, as you can see. Drop your pants here 24 hours a day. We've got a bag of stuff, and I'm probably going to be doing some voiceovers for some of this. One, because I learned how, and two, because I'm going to be outside and my neighbors. So anyway, this is what we have, and let's get started. Yay, tie-dye! Okay, we are outside in my backyard, and I will show you my setup. Here we go. So cover the table with garbage bag to protect it, and we've got some plastic wrap to wrap our shirts in. We've got our dyes and some water to mix it with, and a filming station. Hopefully it works. So we got a double red, and then we've got a 10 color super pack, and we've got lots of rubber bands in here, and then we've got our shirts that are wet or damp from being in the wash. So we got to get started. Okay guys, so this is the mixing of some of the colors for the first shirt. You can just see, I did speed this up because it's a very long video. So you want to start with your colors, and then have some rubber bands, and you want to wear gloves because it may get everywhere. So I'm starting with I'm starting with red. The first shirt I decided to do was the Not Today Satan shirt. And I thought it would be hilarious to do it in red, orange, and yellow for Hellfire. So that is what we are doing. And as you can see, I'm mixing things very vigorously. And you want to check and make sure there's no powder at the bottom. And as you can also see, I got it all over me. So we are now getting the yellow and the orange out, and we will mix those up. And then we will start folding our shirt and putting rubber bands on it. I didn't really do a certain pattern per se. It's just kind of a striped pattern for this one. But I did kind of an accordion pleat of the shirt, which you will see in a minute. And in the end, you'll see it actually came out pretty good. So, because I'm already done, I'm just doing the voiceover. So I was pretty impressed with myself actually for this whole project. So get excited for the ending. And if you follow me on Instagram, you already seen the ending. So we got our colors pretty much mixed now almost. Now, something to note with DIY and with tie-dyeing, the colors, it may depend on the brand, but these colors are only good for 24 hours. After that, they will not hold, like, they won't dye the shirt as well. It won't have the same color. So you have to be ready to do multiple projects or whatever at the time when you have them, so you don't waste it. So you see me doing accordion pleat now. And then I start putting rubber bands. I just put them all the way down, kind of like every couple inches or so. And I take off the gloves because they're getting in the way of doing the rubber bands. But I will put on another pair of gloves before we touch the dye again. There are different thicknesses of rubber bands and stuff, and that will also add to differences in your patterns and stuff. Some of the rubber bands I used were a lot thinner, and so they probably didn't do as much as like a thicker rubber band would have. So that's something to keep in mind as well when you are doing tie-dye projects. Ta-da! Alright, so we're starting with red. And I kind of was going, like I said, for a hellfire. So I kind of did like alternating. So it kind of looked like flames. I had a vision in my head and I was trying to make it come true. I've got all of this kind of going at 2 times speed. But you'll get the point. I am mopping up some of the dye that's fallen on the table. And now I'm starting with the orange. Basically, I'm just covering each little bubble that the rubber bands have made completely. Kind of not going deep in there, but just kind of surface and just making sure it's pretty wet and covered, I guess. And I kind of dripped a little bit on some of them, so there are some dots of other colors on some of the little sections, which I was fine with. And you want to make sure to do both sides, of course, because you have to cover the whole shirt. And there I am mopping up stuff again. And I decided to do a section that was kind of just spotty. And there I am, ta-da! So I take off the gloves because they're a mess, and then I have to wrap this up in plastic wrap because you want to keep it damp for the next 6 to 8 hours. I did wait 8 hours before I rinse them out. So you tightly pack it in the plastic wrap, and then I also packed it again in a plastic bag so that it stayed damp for the dye to set on the shirt. And to note as well, 100% cotton shirts are the best fiber to use for tie-dyeing. A couple of my shirts were cotton blend shirts, and I mean, they still look great, but that's just something to note. So now we're on to a second one. This one was supposed to be a spiral technique, which is like kind of the spiral in the middle and goes out in the different colors. So this one is going to be very multicolored. I used a ton of colors on this one. I will say the finished product, I probably needed to use a little bit more dye, but you know, you live and learn. It still looks really awesome. This is a Nike sweatshirt. I think it's a size extra large. I'll show it at the end. I'll kind of do a short like thrift haul type video at the end of this to show all the different shirts really quickly. But I basically twisted it into a spiral kind of, the hoodie itself, and then I placed 4 rubber bands, which split it into like pie, the little pie pieces, and each pie piece I'm doing a different color. So far I have red, orange, and purple, I think, and I'm mixing up green now. And yeah, so here goes the rest of it. You do want to be careful when you have a lot of colors next to each other, because if a lot of the colors mix together, like some are fine, like if red and blue mix, you'll get purple, yellow and blue, you'll get green, the color spectrum anyway. But if you mix multiple colors together, you end up with brown, and that is not a good look. So was very careful to try and not do a whole lot of mixing in that, because I did not want a bunch of brown shirts, because that is not cool and that is not sellable. So continue watching. And as you're watching, let me remind you, if you enjoy this content, or some of the other stuff I do are thrift hauls and thrift with me's, and I do a what's sold video every week. What's sold usually just on Poshmark. I am going to try and start doing more eBay, but we'll see. Then subscribe to this channel, and I would love to have you. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button and like it, because let me tell you, this took a lot of work. So I already thought I was filming, but I wasn't. So that's why we already have this with rubber bands all over it. I kind of just went crazy on this one and didn't really do any sort of pattern. Just has like rubber bands everywhere. So we'll see what happens. I'm kind of just putting the pink around each rubber band. I didn't really know what this was going to do, but I figured let's try it out and just see what happens. This one was not the best I made of the day, but I really like the colors because it's pink, blue, and then like a teeny tiny bit of green, I think is the last color I used on it. So definitely for next time I can use more dye, which means I'm going to need giant bottles of dye for the next time because these bottles ran out, as you will see in a minute, pretty quickly. This shirt I was making for myself. I actually haven't tried it on yet, so I may or may not be keeping it. But I really wanted a rainbow shirt, and I wanted it to be vertically kind of striped, which I don't think that ended up happening. I don't remember now. But it ended up being kind of slanted in the end. But I think if I was going to do it over, I would have used more red at the top, and then not done I did some open areas in some of the little bubbles and just did kind of a splatter in those. I probably would have made those solid colors as well, but c'est la vie. Alright guys, we got our 6 projects. Didn't get all 8 done. I was running out of dye and I didn't want to mix any new ones up, so we'll do those another time maybe. So they are marinating, and we will see you back in about 6 to 8 hours to rinse them out. It might be dark at that point, so I may just have to rinse them and then show them back inside. Alright guys, see you in a minute. Welcome back. Alright, so we are going to rinse everything out now, and then we will have to wash them in the washer with detergent, and we'll see tomorrow the finished product because I have to go to sleep because I have to work tomorrow. So, it's been a long process, but let's start rinsing. And I start rinsing them, and then I take off all of the rubber bands. I may not show a lot of this because it ended up being a lot more intensive than I thought it was going to be. So I'm just going to show a short clip of me rinsing them out in the bathtub, and then we will cut to the finished products. So I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you in just a minute with our finished projects. Also, remember, when you are cutting rubber bands, don't cut the shirt. Be very careful. That is all. Hey guys! So we're here with our viewing of projects. So I'm going to start with the, it's going to be really quick. So I'm going to start with this is actually the one I did for myself. I still haven't tried it on. But look how cool it came out. And then on the back is pretty much the same. Could have used a little bit more dye, but I like it. It's rainbow, that's what I wanted. So, next we have the Not Today Satan shirt. And it really does look like fire, which I love. It's really cute. I just realized this is in the way. Anyway, this is just a canvas, Bella canvas shirt, and it is a 2XL. Honestly, I'm very tempted to keep it, but these will be going up on Poshmark, except for possibly that first one I showed you. And then, this is a Zerel size extra large, and this is the one that was kind of like all over the place. So there is more on the bottom than in the middle, but it's still cute. And it's just a short sleeve t-shirt. And then this one is kind of like at the end. My camera ran out of battery, so that's why I didn't, or my phone ran out of battery, and that's why I didn't film all of the dyeings. I don't think I said that earlier. This is a large beefy tee Hanes, and this is kind of an older shirt. It's a banana boat shirt, like the banana boat sun care. So I kind of just did like a splatter technique on this one, and then on the back it has the get on the boat. So yeah, that's kind of like at the end. It was just kind of a splatter. This is another Zerel shirt. I don't have a size, but I think it's also an extra large. But I love this one too. I folded it in half, so it was like the dye would be like the same, like you can see how it's the same on each side, like an ink blot. This was the one where I had where I forgot to, I wasn't filming it, it was already like rubber banded together. It's the pink and green and blue. And it is a long sleeve shirt. And then there's the back as well. I do like this one a lot. And then lastly, my favorite, this is a Nike extra large hoodie. And this was the one I did the spiral on. And it's kind of like a anti-spiral, but it looks really cool. And then like the hood is also dyed. So, and then this is the back. It's also spiral. It's really nice. This one I'm probably gonna be listing for at least $50. Because I am charging kind of for, and then those are the sleeves. I am charging for, well, because I had to use like a bunch of dye and stuff, and so, but this is a really nice hoodie, and it has like the kangaroo pockets in the front. But yeah, so those are our projects. If you have any questions, definitely leave them below about what I did and everything else. I didn't want it to be like 5 hours long, so I did cut out some stuff, but It was super fun. I'm actually sore because of all the like wringing out of the dye afterwards. So I'm gonna take a little break. Probably not gonna do that again. I do have like 2 more shirts I can do, and I have, I think, 4 bottles of dye left that I did not mix. So we'll see what happens. I might do another one, but you'll have to wait and find out. Remember, like this if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys have an awesome night. Bye. And remember, help control the pet population. Have your pet spayed or neutered.